You've probably seen every Persona 5 Royal Challenge run at this point. Joker only, Arsene only, Physical only, Magic only, Harem run, Bitchless run, Secret Gay route.
You're a victim!
You get the idea. But here's a new one. Can you beat Persona 5 Royal Randomized? Well, let's find out. So what is Persona 5 Royal Randomizer? Let me explain. Every shadow I encounter could be any shadow of any palace, but it can also be any Valve Room shadow, Media Boss, and Palace Boss. But not all Palace Boss are randomized. This mod was created by Screamance, and I will also follow his rules. So what are the rules? For each palace can only use one random persona with one random skill, no fusion. I play in hard mode difficulty. I can use my party members, items and skill cards, and if I can't win a force battle, the run is over. With all that out of the way, it's time to start the challenge. If you want to know the story of Persona 5 Royal, this is not the best video, because I will not go into detail and yeah, it will have spoilers. You have been warned. Well, everyone knows the story by now. You save a woman from Mr. Worldwide, he sues you, you become criminal trash living in the attic, meet a blonde boy named Ryuji, awake your persona and meet a stupid cat, and learn that your gym teacher likes kids like EDP and also abuses them. We team up, and it's time to spin the wheel. I got the persona Seth with the random skill energy drop, but I also have one-shot kill and Agidyne. For my first encounter I had Titania, and she kinda killed my ass, so I ran off to do the Stealthamish battle, which was luckily not a force battle because it was the Gum Chalice. I found some healing items, and I got really lucky and found some endgame armor. I got some good XP from a semi-force battle, and with that I learned the skill Dormina, which is really good to have early game, because with illness you can end battles quicker, and ask for money, and also get some XP out of it. And after that I checked around, but it was only Kasumi that gave me 25 XP. I also do the hardest book puzzle, and after that it was time for my first force battle, which gave me 0 XP. Wow, awesome. And after that I just go around, grab some will seeds, kill some shadows. I solved another puzzle, and made my way to the treasure. We went back to school to send out a calling card, but for some reason Kamoshida turns into a dream. And we call him out not only because he cheats on Minecraft, but also because he wants to have sex with a monkey. We finally start the Kamoshida boss battle, but he's nothing too special. You know, the usual. He eats some ass, we destroy the trophy, we guard the gold medal spike, and I spam him with one-shot kill until he tweaks out on the ground.
All my evil plan! I'll see you guys soon! In hell.
And with that we skip the palace, and the run continues. While waiting for a change of heart, I did some generic teenagers activities, like getting dominated by your favorite goth doctor, be obedient to best dad Sojiro, I trained some with Ryuji, and I get my guts up so I can talk about my erectile dysfunction. I also crash some tools, and the next day Dream shows up at school to confess his crimes. But for some reason he walked up on stage, on his knees, and started singing. Why did he say that? I sell the gold medal, and we celebrate our victory with some food. I named the Phantom Thieves the Run 11, and I acquired the key so I can do more illegal stuff at night. Bebop tells us to leave, and finally Morgana shows everyone's favorite place Mementos. He turns into that stupid Ui-ai meme, and it's time for my first Force Mementos battle. My fight was against Nibros, and he does what every creative Mewtwo main does. But I give him a taste of his own medicine, because illnesses are broken in this game, spam with physical attacks, and win the battle. And after that I meet the funny little character Jose, and it's finally time to spin the wheel again. I got the persona Ariane, and she is kind of a glass cannon. Let me explain. The skill Beast Weaver does 346 physical damage, but after that Joker will have attack down for the whole fight, but it also applies when he misses the move, so that means I have to rely on my party members. And it could be interesting on force battles that are like boss battles. And for the random skill I got Media. And after that I hang out with my Discord mod for some XP boost. We meet Dr. Maruki and agree to do some counseling sessions after school. The next day Aunt gets stalked by a handsome gay European, also known as Yusuke, and we learn that his teacher Madarame is stealing the artwork of his students, and that Yusuke is his current victim. We try to confront him about it, but he still denies it. After that he got a little bit excited and wanted some nudes of Aunt, but instead of asking it like a normal fuckboy, he was more like, Aunt, please, let me paint you nude. It would fit perfect in a museum. And after that we just went home, and we can finally start Madarame's palace. I went through the palace just like normal, checked out the strongest shadow, which wasn't that strong actually, killed his ass with Beast Weaver, and got some good XP out of it. Which means, if I see him again, I can farm some good XP. After that, Morgana proves why he is a stupid cat. And after I rescued everyone, I tried to fight the treasure demon, but he was a little bit stronger than me. But luckily it wasn't a forced battle, because that could have been the end. For context, if I die or the game crashes by a random shadow, I have to redo some progress, which happened a lot, and that's why save rooms are important. I get the first will seed, and I hit a roadblock. Man, if only you had something like a grappling hook. That would have been nice. After that we leave the palace, On edges Yusuke and gives him blue balls, Morgana opens the door, and the roadblock disappears. And it's finally time for our forced battle, which is none other than...
Again.
At first the Sae Ninja boss looks very intimidating, but after she hits you, she doesn't do anything. I rush her to death, get some decent XP, and go up by 19 levels. After that Yusuke falls into the palace with On and Morgana, he awakens his persona, and we do a forced battle that isn't randomized. After that Yusuke joins the team, and we continue the palace. We make our way to the control room, and there's another shadow waiting for me. My opponents were Bicorn, Sybaris and Pisaka, but only Sybaris was a problem here. He's very tanky, and he spams Blazing Hell. Because of his HP, I had to come up with a new strategy. And what is that strategy? I just insta-kill him. Yeah, if I couldn't insta-kill him, this fight would have been very hard, or impossible. But I did it, and the run continues. After that we do some painting puzzles, I grab the second will seed, we mess with the control room, and we do another force battle. My fight this time was against Kodama, Odin and Mandrake. But only Odin was a problem here. He has high physical and elemental damage, and he is very tanky. He kills me quite a lot, and it's safe to say that this is where the true randomized experience starts. So I had to come up with a plan. I tried to freeze him with Ryuji, after that Joker hit him with Beast Weaver, which did a lot of damage, and fast forward I didn't put enough ailments on him, I didn't heal Joker, and I die. And this next plan is really stupid, desperate, and a gamble. I put physical ailment on Joker, I put rage on everyone, and Odin doesn't hit me with physical damage. Yeah. And after dying a lot, it was time to use my brain. I repeat the freeze plan, baton pass to On, hit the other two shadows their weaknesses, baton pass to Ryuji, do decent damage, and this time I did try to put ailments on him. I used my final freeze spray, and after that I got really lucky because On hits him with a counter, which did a lot of damage. I put burn on him, and this happens. Oh, they did a lot! You fucking what the fuck?
Yeah.
No, don't fumble like this, man. No. Please die. Holy fuck.
What the fuck?
Oh my. Finally,
There
oh
you
my
go, bro.
god.
You get like
This
two.
fight took me 1 hour. Yes, 1 hour. And it wasn't even the Madarame fight. Why am I doing this? Well, as you know, I'm a bit of a masochist, and I like challenges. And I've won this battle, so the run continues. Before leaving the palace, I grabbed the final will seed, and the day after I sent the calling card. We steal the treasure, we get pranked by Madarame, and it's time for a boss battle, which is randomized. But this time I will only show how I win. I insta-kill Yaxini, build up a baton pass, and with that I hit Shogungan with the juiciest Beast Weaver. He only does physical attacks for some reason. Build up another baton pass chain, kill Lilith and Shogungan, rush Corporal Robo to death, because he didn't do anything, and I win the battle. We leave the palace, and Yusuke continues asking On for nudes. And with that, Madarame's arc is finished. And the run continues. While waiting for a change of heart, I did some confidence, saved the girl from a stinky redditor, Madarame confesses and cries on TV, and I got stalked by Beep Boop, probably because she is jealous of my romantic date with Ryuji. I learned that my teacher is into freaky roleplay. I meet Akechi, and he says the funny line.
I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes.
After that I did some requests on Mementos. I got really lucky and found a lot of treasure demons. And it's time to spin the wheel again. I got the persona Sandalphon, and he's more of a healing persona. He also has AoE insta-kill, and a persona trait that will make it 100% chance on insta-kill. And to make it even better, I got the random skill Megadota. So yeah, it's a really decent persona I got here. After that I craft some tools, and the next day I get blackmailed by my stalker. She forces herself into my friend group, and if I say no, she will leak my romantic date with Ryuji.
Have a listen.
I'm over here stroking my dick. I got lotion on my dick right now. I'm just stroking my shit.
We have no other option but to accept, and she takes us to a shady hangout spot. We meet Purple Guy, and we fight his goons. but the shadows are nothing too special and I just spam my insta-kills. And after that we tried to run away, but we got stopped by Purple Guy. He calls Stalker, also known as Makoto, useless, and she gets PTSD like a war veteran.
You're useless. Useless?
He awakens her persona, and we do the third wave. And after that we can finally do Kaneshiro's palace. I unlocked the showtime attacks, which I will be using. Went through the palace just like normal, fight Odin for round 2, and after that I did a lot of force battles. But I gotta be honest, this palace and all the force battles were really not that interesting. It's probably because I was lucky with the seed, and I got a lot of XP out of some shadows. And I surely won't re-randomize the seed, right? Right? I collect all the 3 will seeds, we find a treasure, we leave the palace to send out the calling card, and we kill Piggytron, and after that we kill Kaneshiro. We escape the palace, and Ryuji cracks his ass. And yeah, that's basically it for Kaneshiro's palace. And we're back doing social sim. I hang out with Takemi, and I thought it would be a fun idea to make the romance options also randomized. For you know, a little bit of gambler's dopamine. Alright, here goes nothing. Damn it. It was for my exams.
I see.
And yes, I failed to romance her. But I succeeded to become her best friend. I guess all my luck went to the easy force battles. I also played some shogi with Hifumi, and she teaches me how to instantly leave battles and other good perks, which are really handy for this randomizer run. I failed to rank up Yusuke because of bad RNG. I also spend most of my time going to the gym because it gives me more HP and SP, and it's not only good for my run but also in real life, so
Add game title.
fans, don't be lazy and go to the gym. League players! And it's time to randomize my persona again. I got the persona Lilum, and she has some good ailment boost and attacks, and also the random skill Miracle Rush. And the next day we got blackmailed by another girl, but this time by a girl that thinks she's the main character from Mori. She doesn't have a sister, so she kills her mom instead. Pretty cringe. But she wants us to change our heart, we learn her keywords, and we can finally start Futaba's palace. But just like Kaneshiro's palace, this palace is also not that interesting. We just do some force battles, do some puzzles. I also mostly kill shadows with insta-kill, but don't worry, I will delete the persona. We leave the palace to send out the calling card, and we fight Futaba's 2 mothers. Ah yes, I can see the resemblance. After killing her 2 lesbian moms, we leave the palace, and that's it for Futaba's palace. While waiting for her recovery, I friendzone on, I hang out with Kasumi, I played some darts to upgrade my baton pass, went to the gym and studied, I also did some Mementos requests, and it's time to randomize my persona again. I got the persona Kaguya, and I first thought it was a bad persona because it was level 16, but then I remembered that all bonus personas were broken, and it has a triple damage reflect. And spoiler alert, this persona learns physical reflect. Yeah, that is kinda broken. And I got the random skill Lifestone, but it's actually an item, but oh well. And after that, Ginger Tomoko Kuroki wakes up from her coma. And what do you do when you wake up after 24 days? You have a beach episode of course, and a sequel beach episode in Hawaii. Why is there 2 beds, Mishima?
But we only slept in the one type shit. So we were going to sleep together type
Shut the fuck up.
I also have a wholesome date with Makoto. And the principal gets isekai'd, and they blame it on the Phantom Thieves. And after that, Ryuji and Morgana have a fight. Morgana gets depressed and runs off. We meet Beauty Thief and have a wacky chase scene. Morgana gets used as a football. And after all that filler, we can finally start Okumura's palace. We do the usual and we fight easy force battles. We explore the palace. You know what I thought YN was first? I
Yo,
thought it was
nigga.
like a... no.
Oh.
I thought it was a dying African child. What? I don't know why.
I understand it, bro. I understand it. No, because look at that nigga, bro.
Yeah,
it's skinny as
right?
fuck.
While looking for the cheese director's idea, I had to do some force battles. And after a long time, I had a challenge again. My opponent was the Great Mighty Pooh, and he was the only challenging shadow here. He's very tanky, and he absorbs physical damage. He also does a freeze into physical attack combo. Nakamata spams with Brainjack, and Kikiri spams with Blazing Hell. So yeah, as you can see, kind of a pain in the ass. So after dying a lot, I just insta-kill Kikiri, focus on Nakamata and make her suicidal, and just spam ailments on the Great Mighty Pooh and attack him. I also did a lot of damage by afflicting him with burn, and I had some lucky moments because he did 2 moves, and if Joker didn't dodge the freeze attack, I would have done this fight over again. Also something clutch that happened. After I revived Ryuji, he literally tanked a hit from me. What a legend. I hit him with the final attacks, and I win a battle. And after that I did some more force battles, but they were nothing like the Great Mighty Pooh. I also did everyone's favorite puzzle, and we find a treasure, leave the palace, send out the calling card, and do everyone's favorite boss battle. This boss is just a DPS check, and oh boy I do love DPS checks. But luckily I was prepared and crafted a lot of elemental items, and also upgraded my baton pass. I kill all waves of robots, shoot Okumura, and that's it for Okumura's palace. Back for some more social sim and Makoto slaps her friends. I spin the wheel and luckily I can romance Makoto, because fellas, don't forget, Makoto is the reason for living. I got swole at the gym, ate a hamburger. Kasumi does a Sailor Moon reference and awakens her persona. I maxed all my social stats. I did some grinding in Mementos. I bought from the Go Tanaka. I romanced my maid teacher. And while I was celebrating at Destiny Land, Haru's dad leaks oil out of his eyes and dies. I also romanced Afumi. And I was always curious about something. Are you able to see Kawakami crafting your tools in the background while Joker is romancing someone else in his room? Because normally you have this camera angle, but with the mod menu you can freely move the camera around. So I did, and it looks like that the game just removes her there. It would be so funny if you could see her there, but you can still see the tools. But that just means that Kawakami is okay with an open relationship, and that she hides whenever Joker's getting freaky with someone else. Yeah, that's my headcanon. Wait, what was I doing again? Oh yeah, the randomizer run. It's time to randomize my persona again. I spin the wheel and I got the legendary Joseph Anderson's OC.
Because of OC Joe!
Welcome, Catman! And with that logic, I will win all battles because of OC. During a school festival, we get blackmailed by Pancake Boy, and he wants us to go after Sae because she is corrupted. And after the Phantom Thieves, which also makes her a target to the mental shutdown culprit. We of course agree because we don't want our best girl Sae to die. So we just start the palace and do the usual. I also did some
Let's go gambling!
And after that I made my way to the slot machines. And it finally happened, I had to re-randomize the seed because the shadow crashed my game. And I came back to fight. Oh my...
Is that the Grim Reaper?
That is the Grim Reaper.
Is that the Grim Reaper?
Well, as you can see, I maybe ran out of luck. Well, it took me a while though. Re-randomizing the seed for the first time and getting the Reaper, well, that is something. It has been a while since I did the Reaper, so I'm kinda rusty. And I also don't know if OC is the right persona for this. But I'm a masochist, so this is a perfect challenge for me, right? Okay, let me tell you what I've learned. Well, I noticed this really late, because I'm a dumbass. If you do any type of physical attack, it will do focus and spam Megadolion. And you will do this until you're dead. And my dumbass noticed this really late. He's basically doing the I'm not gonna sugarcoat it meme. After dying a lot, I got really desperate and went back to the palace to grind some. Which wasn't needed because I've learned that the gimmick here was to only use elemental damage. But there was one problem. My team and Joker does too little of elemental damage. So this will take a while. But luckily, I just remembered that I bought a lot of elemental items from the goat himself, Tanaka. So I just let everyone use the elemental items, which does 150 damage, which is pretty decent and speeds up the process. But not only that, he will stop using focus into Megadolion, and he will use normal elemental damage. But I had a run before this where I got him really low, and he got desperate and starts to spam insta-kills, and kills me. But this run ran a little better, well that's what I thought until he spams insta-kills like a little bitch. But luckily Joker can take some hits, because he went to the gym and has 900 HP. But in the end it was also a matter of luck and spamming elemental items. And after all that, I win the battle.
Hey!
Good job.
Continues.
Holy fuck! What the fuck is that XP?
That's 72,000?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy, what the fuck? I'll take it though. Let's go!
5 levels. Crazy.
That was a scary battle. If I was a lower level and had lower HP, I probably would have lost this battle. But luckily, I had OC on my side.
You only beat the boss because you had OC Joe!
But seriously, this fight with grinding took me 3 hours. And it didn't have to take 3 hours if I knew his gimmick. But oh well, the run continues. After all that, I bought the high limit card. And you know the rest by now. We go through the palace, we do force battles, I win force battles, I find a treasure, we leave the palace, and we don't send out the calling card right away because of reasons. So it's back to social sim. In my free time I hang out with Akechi, and at first he thought he could beat me in a gunfight. So he challenged me into a sword fight. After he lost that one as well, he wanted to fight in the metaverse, but for some reason he thought it would be a great idea to turn into a Jack Frost. I easily beat him, and then he showed me some affection like Lego Batman did to Lego Joker.
I hate you. I hate you too. I hate you more. I hate you the most.
I also went to the metaverse to do Futaba's request, and also other requests and grinding in Mementos. I spin the wheel in Rome as Futaba. I also did some meditating. I hang out with Haru and grow some.
Great vegetables.
We say goodbye to Maruki, and we'll never see him again. After all that, we can send out the calling card, and we can do the freaky Sae boss battle. You already know how this fight goes. You stop her from cheating, defeat her second form, and that's it for the boss battle. We take a treasure, and we make a full circle of the whole game so far. After I got interrogated by Sae, I got a nice visit from Akechi. He tries to act quirky and does a Persona 3 reference, but just like every Persona fan, he hasn't played the game himself and accidentally kills me. But in reality, the fan thieves knew that Akechi was the culprit, because he heard Morgana say pancakes, and we spied on him, and he tricked him by letting him kill Joker in the metaverse. After seeing a lot of plot and seeing him explain the whole plan, it's time to randomize my persona again. I spin the wheel and got the persona bugs, with the random passive skill, regenerate 2. But we don't rest from there because the society thinks that the leader of the Phantom Thieves is dead, and it was all planned by Mr. Worldwide. You know, the bald man that sued me. We learn that he works with Akechi, and that he tells Akechi to kill everyone in his way, so that he can become the next Prime Minister. We learn his keywords, and we can start the palace. We immediately start with a force battle, and it's as a tough 2, but luckily it was not a challenge. Right now I'm level 76, and have 999 HP, and 661 SP. And I still have the endgame armor all the way back from Kamoshida's palace. So I think it's safe to say that I can take on everything. Maybe not like everything, like depending on what the groups are. Like Lavenza with the Reaper. I think that's gonna be a little tricky, but let's hope that won't happen. And after that we make our way to the door of the treasure. But of course there's a gimmick, and we need 5 letters of introduction. So that also means 5 force battles. Or well, maybe even more. After getting our first letter, we become mouse and do mouse puzzles. Bro, what is Persona 5 really even about? After finishing that section of the mouse puzzle, we make our way to the swimming pool, and in order to get the letter here, Ryuji comes up with a swimsuit goon plan, and the adult falls for it, just like a Persona 5 X fan. An really gets into character, and tries to act British, but then he notices that An doesn't have fucked up teeth, and knows it's fake, and fights us anyway. Okay, but seriously, what are we doing? Why are we talking to these shadows? Didn't Morgana say in the first palace that we should ignore these shadows? So why are we talking to them and not beating the shit out of them and force them to write the letter? You stupid cat. After the unnecessary yapping into fighting, we get approached by Akechi, and he turns into a skull and we fight his minions. After beating them, Akechi gets angry.
No. You are not a gamer.
He starts to tweak out, and then he shows his true form.
Oh my god.
My god!
No fucking way.
Yup, it's the Chad himself, Yu Narukami. He's one of the special battles in the Velvet Room, so that also means I can put illness on him. But that doesn't mean that this fight will be easy, because I discovered that this is the second version of the fight, and he will sometimes buff himself into doing Hasutobi, Cross Slash, or Myriad Truths. And with those moves he can easily beat my whole team, and also Joker. Well, my plan as usual is to put illness on him, and buff the whole team, charge up Ryuji, and baton pass attack with him. I also lower his attacks and accuracy, and I repeat from there until I beat him. Because he has the power of the wild card, he can also switch from personas. But he luckily doesn't have a persona that nullifies freeze sprays. He does have a persona that nullifies physical attacks, or will make him strong against physical attacks. I also had moments where he brainjacked my whole team, and I had to heal it before he fully heals himself. Or moments where I have to play really safe, and fully heal Joker, or put physical reflect on everyone. After repeating the usual plan, and play safe, I defeat him. For the price of 0 XP. And after that, Shadow Akechi appears and kills himself, or well, they both just despawn. we leave the palace, send out the calling card, and we fight Mr. Worldwide. We first beat all of his waves, and then we fight
Making the mother of all omelets here, Jack. Can't spread over every egg. Why won't you die? Nano machine, son.
After defeating Armstrong, Ryuji helps us to escape the palace, but he fucking dies in the process. But in reality, he didn't. And the girls beat him up because they hate him and he should have died? Yeah. And well, yeah, that's it for the whole palace. And we go straight back into Social Sim. But I gotta be honest, I almost got everything I needed from the Confidence. So I'm gonna keep this really short. I failed to romance best girl Haru, and I got the most painful friendzone scene. I'm sorry Haru, better luck next time. I also did some Mementos requests. I got gun practice from the Quiet Kid, and after that Mr. Worldwide confesses his crimes, but the Phantom Thieves doesn't get the clout for some reason. So we go to the depths of Mementos to do some research, which is basically hell in this game.
Your bond's as great as always. Come on, come closer.
I defeat the Cum Chalice twice, but I still lose somehow, just like a Xenoblade 2 cutscene. Gru becomes evil again, just like in Despicable Me 3, and he reveals that he's the Cum Chalice from the start. He transforms into an evil god, and I save Christmas by summoning Satan, and shoot the evil god in his face. And after that, Joker turns himself in for all the crimes he did, but out of nowhere Akechi respawns and takes the blame for me, because don't forget, Akechi is a real gamer. So I just spent my time to have a Christmas date with Futaba. I went to sleep and had a schizo dream. And when I woke up with someone's fanfic where they ship Joker with this random dude. Akechi gets jealous, and he wants to find the fanfic writer who didn't ship him with Joker. Because don't forget, Akechi is a real gay man. So I team up with Akechi and Kasumi, we enter this new palace, and we learn that Maruki is the fanfic writer and tries to make it his and everyone else's reality. After that we leave the palace, and we wake up everyone from their fanfic dream.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
We work together again, and we do the last parts of Mementos, and also the palace. Our romance Kasumi, and after that we do the final boss battle. And some fights were randomized, and this one was pretty funny. The others create an opening for me, and I go in for the final shot. And with that we can finally answer the question, can you beat Persona 5 Royal randomized? Well, yes you can. Hey, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, I would like to thank you, because this is my first ever challenge run video, and I always wanted to make one. And I think it turned out pretty decent, if I say so myself. But yeah, this is the longest video I've edited. And yeah, it was fun to do though, because I love Persona 5 and yeah, I did it out of love for this game, because I cannot shut up about this game. But it was also kinda hard to write some parts because of the random shadows. Some were really easy and some were really a challenge and fun to talk about. So I really kept it straight to the point, and it's not really like those 1 hour or 2 hours challenge run videos, because if I showed everything it would have been a very boring video. But yeah, just let me know what I could have done better, and maybe some suggestions for the next challenge run video. And if you like my content, feel free to subscribe. I am not a Persona 5 YouTuber, and I just post random shit, so if you like it, just subscribe. And yet again, thank you all for watching, and goodbye.